welcome to another HopCast.
Thanks for joining us once again, everybody.
As usual, I'm Brent Tambuski.
My name is Ken Huntemeter, and we have...
Special guest,
Nick Campbell.
Yes, Nick is an esteemed member of the Gents.
Fellowship of Gentlemen, or Pound Gents.
Which basically is just our little group of friends that gets together every Tuesday night and drinks beer.
Drinks too much. I drink a lot of beer with these guys.
Yeah, so finally we're going to make actual video documentation of that drinking.
Public.
Yes.
The first public video.
Broadcast it to everybody.
We know Nick loves IPAs.
Yes.
And we love that.
I love the hops, and I think we have some hops here.
Right, so
we also know his name is Nick Campbell.
Right, so we have Laughing Dog Black IPA. Black IPAs are always a little interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And then we have Hefeweizen, brewed by Nick Campbell. Not this Nick.
I mean,
not that he knows of.
No, but he signs his name almost identically to mine.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like there's the the name of the brewmaster is right here, and his signature. And we're showing him the bottle, and he pulls out his driver's license, and look, his signature is exactly the same as mine.
Like a 3-year-old left-handed with a crayon.
Yeah, and sure enough. I mean, it's spooky stuff. So
cool.
We figure we may as well bust that one out and give it a shot.
Let's drink it.
So we're gonna start with the half and move up to the IPA.
Seems like a logical choice.
Let's do it.
So the cool thing that we were noticing about this bottle is that it has the normal label, and then parts of it are actually printed upside down. So
with a little arrow to turn this side up.
It says this side up, yeah.
This end up. So you're like, all right. In order to read it, you have to actually hold it like that. And then on the side, it actually says, "Hey, thanks for the tilt. By turning me upside down to read this, you have now aroused the yeast back into this unfiltered German-style Hefeweizen." So basically, what you wanted, they've done this so that you can reintroduce the yeast back into the beer. So it's kind of a clever way of doing it by printing it.
They want you to shake up the bottom, not like shake it.
Not shake it.
Move it around.
Agitate it.
Because it does say be gentle. So you just kind of like roll it back and like this, and then.
I guess it'd almost be funny if it said, you fucked up your beer.
Good work, ass.
Gotcha. That'd be a stone beer. Like,
right.
Oh, look at you, jerk.
Look at you.
So now that we've reintroduced our yeast back into the beer, we'll go ahead and crack this open.
So that looks almost spot on for what? Unfiltered? Was it unfiltered?
Unfiltered Hefeweizen style?
Belgian style?
German style.
German style.
So
what's the difference between the two?
it's the yeast strain. So there's actually like a Hefeweizen style yeast strain.
Right.
And the Belgian beers all have their own specific Belgian yeast strains. So it's all a matter, like you can basically use a lot of the same ingredients and make them different beers, but the difference is all the yeast.
Like the history of the yeast, basically. The ones
yeah, basically, different ones impart different characteristics for each. I mean, especially for instance, in the Hefeweizen, you're going to get a lot of that banana, clovey stuff that you always get in the Hefeweizen. So
Speaking of that, that's coming through all throughout it without even bringing it up.
Yeah, it was kind of like wafting away.
This cloud.
Yeah, so very, nice aroma, especially once you actually stick your nose in there. And as you can see, it's pretty cloudy because we turned the bottle upside down and got some more of that yeast back into the bottle. It's unfiltered ale, so.
That's fruity.
Sweet. Tickles the nose.
Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of spice nose.
Mm-hmm.
Let's dive on in.
Okay.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Wow. Not as much going on in the aroma, like right away. In the end, maybe.
This is more of like a drier, a little bit more bitter Hefeweizen than I'm used to.
Yeah.
I have to say it's like it might be just a little bit more refreshing in that sense.
Yeah, it kind of goes away quick,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really has a dry, like doesn't have a lot of syrupy mouthfeel.
So I kind of enjoy that. Yeah.
That's good.
You think they added some more hops to get that like a little more bittering?
Yeah, I definitely think there's some more hops in this.
In the Nick Campbell fashion.
Right.
As I always do. Yeah, I like this type of beer. It's kind of got some good flavor up front, and then it kind of rinses pretty clean.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't stick around too long.
Leaves you wanting like, oh, what did I just drink?
It makes me want to drink. Makes me want to drink more of it. Which is
Who can argue with that?
That's true.
These are great beers to drink in like the summertime. It's nice, especially if you're like grabbing lunch or something on a patio, outdoor seating, that type of thing. These are great.
Summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah, they also say actually on the bottle that it does not need fruit. And I know that some beer makers are hating on the whole put the fruit in the beer thing. Is that kind of
the Corona Blue Moon, Hacker Shore thing?
Right, it's like we made our beer right.
Yeah.
Don't put shit.
Don't need to add shit to it, right?
I can respect that. So we'll,
I like that.
we'll cheers to the no fruit beer.
No fruit.
But did this have an alcohol on the bottle? Going in.
Alcohol checker.
Phone to Dave, the alcohol checker.
And it's upside down.
He's
So
now turning himself upside down because the bottle is still
5%.
5%.
5%.
Wow, okay, this is. I would have thought more. I would have thought a lot more.
Yeah,
That's I mean a little bit low. I mean for Hefeweizen, but they're usually pretty low.
they're usually.
I'd say like 5 to 6.
5's just low for the HopCast, I guess.
Yeah.
That's used to seeing single digits.
We'll have to have a session ale episode at some point.
It'd be us just like, that was good.
Not really saying anything.
We're drinking.
Who are you?
I gotta say, I'm drinking it down. It's really, like you say, it makes me want to drink more. So that's good in a beer.
I'll say this is one of the better Hefeweizens I've had. I like this a lot.
So, what would someone else compare? Like, they love the Hefeweizens. What, like the Hacker Shore?
Hacker Shore is a Hefeweizen. You got the Polaner is a nice German Hefeweizen.
Are the Anger? Are those Hefeweizens?
They do make Hefeweizens, but
Okay.
they make like
Make a bunch.
a bunch of different kinds.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, a Hefeweizen is a German style, so like your traditional
Most
stuff
of
is going to be the German stuff. But like, you know, a lot of microbrews will make a Hefeweizen.
They just kind of do, right?
Everyone has their style.
Yeah.
Gotta make one for the batch.
But they
Even
do,
Brad and I made a Hefeweizen one time.
right? Because they don't have to be. They're not like a lager that have to be cold fermented. Right?
No, they're an ale.
So they're pretty easy, or they're easier to make.
Yeah. You
And
know,
what's the thing that differentiates it, making an ale and making a
again, the yeast.
the yeast strain?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like a Hefeweizen is just a style of ale. So the two categories, ales and lagers.
Gotcha.
And so those
top,
are like
top and bottom.
yeah.
Why not like this? It's like
Yeah. So like you've got your top fermenting and your bottom fermenting, and
Ales,
Yeah, exactly.
ales are room temperature. Lagers are cold.
Okay.
yeah, you have to actually refrigerate a lager in order to ferment it, and then that's going to kind of impart or at least add to the crisp flavors that you're going to get in
Cool.
a traditional lager.
So that's why you almost gotta give pretty good respect to someone who's doing a lager. They're spending money.
Refrigerating the stuff for
refrigerating,
weeks.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've always heard the lagers are harder to make.
And people don't, well, it depends on what crowd of people you're going after.
Mhm.
But like, I mean, the majority of the beer that's drunk in this country is obviously lagers. But you have to take into account that's like, you know, Budweiser and Miller are all lagers and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But if you talk to like beer drinkers, I think the majority of people are drinking ales.
Yeah.
So
I definitely drink more ales than lagers.
Metro Brewing just hasn't got into the market.
yeah.
Unless I'm camping.
Yeah, so like that was like a huge thing for props goes out to Metropolitan for they like all they do here in shout out here in Chicago is all they do is make craft lagers. So it's kind of like it was a risk I think to get into that market, but they've done a really nice job and they make some quality beers. So.
Really good stuff. Dynamo and Flywheel, fabulous.
Yeah,
Such a flywheel. That's interesting.
good stuff.
Great.
But back to the ales.
Yeah.
Back to the hef.
All around good. It's from Blue Frog, right? Out
Mhm.
And what's the brewery?
in California.
This
yeah.
one's out in California.
Most beers that I like and check the labels are from California.
Is that right?
Most.
Huh.
Probably 80.
Just a lot of them. Like
delicious.
But yeah, that was.
We're
wow,
done.
Delicious beer. We're
talked right
set.
through that.
So
Let's get it.
let's move on to the
What's
next. We've got the DogZilla Black IPA.
So we're going to Idaho, a state usually flown over.
You don't want to.
Sorry.
You don't want to spend too much time in Idaho.
But this is from northern Idaho, Laughing Dog Brewing, and they do like just under 10 beers, like a brew pub. And I think we picked this up in Pennsylvania.
Oh, really? On our trip
Yeah.
out to the East Coast.
I think I saw the Laughing Dog stuff in Utah.
Oh, okay.
That seems close to.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
I've
yeah.
had a few there, so those will be good.
So they got pretty good distribution going on.
Cool.
Sounds good. Let's
Crack open
let's
that
drink
black. God damn!
Can I get an amen? That's a lot of head.
Dave got like no head.
We poured like 4 glasses trying to get a decent pour, and it was all just crazy head.
It was most.
The bottle starts to head up.
It's fuzzy. Is that usually mean it's hoppy?
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of head retention and head altogether just based on the amount of hops that you use.
The hops are trying to trap in the flavor.
All right. Gotcha.
Yeah, basically. So like this is like a really pillowy, billowy.
It's like fluffy.
Yeah,
Could you say that's lacing when it's all hops? It's
like
all
a-
head and it's just.
Yeah, because it can't really lace because like
It's
when you
not-
move it, the beer just goes.
It doesn't move.
Exactly.
Look at that. It's like a root beer float.
Exactly. It is.
Yeah.
About the same color as that.
Wow, that's.
Yeah, it almost looks like a Coke.
Oh, I suppose.
Oh boy.
Smells a bit maltier than I thought it would.
Right, and we kind of thought I've maybe kept this for 4 to 6 months, so maybe a little too long.
No, right.
Too long.
Ideally, rule of thumb: if you have an IPA, drink it as soon as you can.
What goes away if you wait too long? Is it the
It's the hops itself will
like the flowery
deteriorate
part of it?
over time. Yeah, they kind of like lose their, that freshness that you really like out of a hop flavor. That kind of dissipates.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, as you can see, I'm asking a lot of questions because
it's good.
I like drinking beer, but I don't know the ins and outs like these guys do. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm taking advantage while I have the knowledge around me.
Oh, that's sad.
Before they get too drunk.
Yeah.
All right, we drinking this?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and tag it.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh.
Is that smoky? Is that
You're getting a
smoky?
little bit of smokiness from those like roasted malts that they use to get that color,
Wow.
which is nice. It's like it's got because it has the roasted malt bite, but it also has that nice hop bite.
Yeah.
From an IPA, so it's an interesting beer. It's really good.
I
That
guess
is.
you wouldn't get that smoky roastedness from this regular IPA. You're only gonna see that in like the black IPAs.
Right. Because so it's just like melding 2 different bitternesses, which is like kind of cool.
Yeah. I think it's like if you think about the smokiness, that's what you taste. If you think about the hops, that's what you taste. You kind of force yourself.
They're not really working together.
Mm.
It's like smoke and the hops.
Yeah. Right.
Exactly.
And then there's also like this underlining creaminess to it.
Yeah.
Like afterwards, you get the initial, bite of the bitterness, and then there's like kind of like a creamy, almost like Guinness-like stout thing going on underneath.
Yeah, it definitely has the like stuff going on. It's a technical term.
Yeah, right.
But it definitely has the.
It helps if you make noise.
You gotta go. I still like how the head stays and the beer actually pours out from under the bottom of it.
Yeah, that's Brad likes to use this term a lot. He's just like, it's just getting out of the way. Like,
Yeah, it's like,
you're
it's like, I'm coming through!
It just tucks under.
Out of my way! And then you're stuck with like a glass of like
A
smoky
glass
head.
of foam. Wow. It really is. It's like
Foam
piling
is
up.
beer.
It's making snowmen on its own.
It is. It's pretty crazy.
It's very, very good.
But that's a really cool, interesting IPA
Yeah.
from Laughing Dog.
I'm digging it a lot, and I'm curious of what it would have tasted like fresh.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think it's held up. From what I can tell, it's held up pretty well. But like, just out of curiosity, I would like to taste it.
It could have been more hoppy.
I mean, I'm sure it would.
Fresh up.
If it's been 6 or 7 months, because you got it for Christmas and
Right, probably around that time.
it's July now, so
And you never know how long they have it for.
yeah,
so
it could be
How
up to
long
like
it's on the shelf.
9 months. I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But the hops held up. At what's the alcohol? Keep it there.
That's that much. It's
I'm hanging out with you guys too much. Now I know what that means. That Mark?
Now I know what a lower third is. Well done. But do you know what a stinger is?
I don't know what a stinger is.
Oh, stay tuned. So it's more like a public service announcement. It's like if you have an IPA in your fridge, go drink it. Right?
Exactly.
Might as well start.
I would recommend
Don't wait. I made this mistake. Like I say, I'm new to this whole game. I had an IPA that I really, really liked, and I kept it from last summer in my fridge. And I learned early this summer that you should drink the IPA as quickly as you can.
What was the IPA?
It was Brian's first brew, which was an IPA.
Shut
up, Brian does a better falsetto. But yeah, I left it in the fridge, and Brian's like, yeah, you should have drank the rest of that the next day.
So the problem, you love the beer so much, you're like, I can't drink it now.
Gotta savor that.
I did. I was like, I'm really gonna surprise him next year when I show up with this, and he's like, oh, a year-old IPA.
Thanks, jerk.
Way to waste it. It's like, oh, sorry. It wasn't bad though. We're back to the black. Now the roasted what makes it black?
Malted grains.
Okay.
So basically, you got hops, grains, water, and yeast. That's basically the basic components of beer.
Think
So
of
you're gonna get your sweetness from your grains, and you're gonna get your bitterness from your hops.
All right.
And depending on the combination thereof, you can make some pretty interesting things. But like, depending on how far they roast them, you'll get like that dark chocolate and bitterness from it.
Great.
think like a coffee roast too. You're
Yeah.
gonna see like a
Darker.
darker color from espresso, where you might see like the light roast is gonna be definitely more clear and
Gotcha.
It's basically just
Interesting.
like toast.
Okay.
Like depending on how far you take a
So they cook it no matter what, but if they go over a little more
Yeah.
overboard, black.
right, exactly. So it's gonna impart bitterness and also color.
Learning every day. Love it. Never stop. Those are both like
I enjoyed both of them.
yeah.
Two very different beers,
Yeah.
but nice to be able to join them on one episode.
Awesome.
coming together.
What's the best?
Culmination.
What's the best one?
Which is better?
Who's picking? Who's picking favorites?
I mean, if I had a choice of what to drink, I'm a hop lover. I'd probably go with the black IPA.
But on the drinkability, on the bread, I can't say it. What was my new scale? The bread barometer?
Brad Barometer.
bread. The bread.
I got sued for my drinkability scale, but they sued me.
You can't do the drinkability.
Even though they stole it from me.
Which, by the way, drinkability seems like such a negative term. It's like it's drinkable.
Well, it works out. The more I can drink before that's enough.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
It's high on the I can stand this for a while scale.
so I guess I'd rather have the IPA, but I can drink a lot more of the Hefeweizen.
I tell you what, fall,
Yeah.
spring, winter,
Oh,
IPA.
It'd be a great beer for the fall.
I gotta go summer. I gotta go the Hef. Even though I love the hops,
Mhm.
I love the.
You're starting to think winter. Like
I'm thinking seasons now.
Summer's ending. I can't drink that yet.
Yeah.
Welcome to Chicago. It's July and we're thinking about
It's
winter.
yeah. What are we gonna drink in August? But it's 60.
Yeah, right? Oh, crap.
All right. Well,
Very good.
thanks for watching.
Cheers.
the
Yeah,
podcast.
thanks for coming
Yeah.
on, Nick.
Thank you guys.
Pleasure having you.
Thanks for having me.
And beers to you.